So I've been crafting blood runes on my alt account for quite a while now, and we actually just hit level 97 rune crafting, and we recently got the Rift Guardian pet too. But I've noticed the price of these runes going up and then down and then back up quite a bit, and a lot of the items in my Iron Man's bank, the value has dropped as well. So today we're going to be taking a look at some of the items in the market and see the ups and downs. So first of all, here I want to take a look at the blood rune because it has gone up quite a bit over the last little while. I'm assuming this is because of the new armor that's going to be coming out that's going to be very good for the Scythe, right? So if we take a look at the past quarter of this item, you can see the huge increase. Back in December, they were 220 each, and that was even high. If we take a look at the past year, like for a little bit here and there, but they were like around 200 each, right? But if we take a look at the last quarter again, as you can see, when this armor kind of got announced and it's going to be really good with the Scythe, they kind of shot up and they were like 310 last week. They're dropping a little bit now, but they're still staying fairly high. Really good time to craft up some blood runes. Now here we have a League's item, the Twisted Blueprints, and as you can see, they have crashed quite a bit over the last quarter, right? When the League's kind of sort of finished, or was, they were, 10 mil GP each, and as you can see right now, they're very, very cheap. So good time to buy these if you want to customize your house, right? As you can see, they're even lower than before the League, obviously, which is kind of crazy, right? I guess so many more of them are probably in the game now, but good time to buy. So I recently made a rune crafting video saying you could still make money with the chugging barrel, and it does look like you definitely can. This month they went from 13.3 to 12.5, so they went down a little bit, but it's still a good money making method. If we take a look over the past quarter, obviously, even the past year when they first came out, obviously, right, they were trading at a little bit, but as you can see, it's still fairly good money. Even at its low points back in February, 10 mil each, some good money you can make with Herblore, and they go up and down, right? But right now they're 12 million GP. You can definitely still make some money training Herblore. How's the botting situation doing? Oldschool scales 240 up to 250. They have increased this month, and yeah, they're like back in December again when I really think they were doing a crazy amount of things with the botting problem. They were 300 each. Even if we take a look at the past year, right, that was the highest they have been. So this time last year they were 117, and then in December they had a high of 330 each, and they have dropped, but not by a whole lot. You can still make a good amount of money killing Zulrah. They're still double of what they were last year, which is crazy. Who knows, maybe the bots are slowly getting eliminated from the game. Another extremely farmable boss, Vorkath, with the superior dragon bones from 25k to 26k. They've went up, had a high this month of 27k each, which is ridiculous. We take a look at the past year of these items right here, the superior dragon bones, from 11.8k last year all the way up to 26k. They have more than doubled in a year. Now you got to remember, this is a lot harder for bots to kind of set this type of account up because you need a complete Dragon Slayer to have some decent gear to get good kills and stuff like that. But these have been going up quite a bit, right? Sitting at 26k each. Maybe I need to do another Vorkath video soon because this is extremely profitable. Now, weapons you can use to kill Vorkath, the Dragon Hunter Lance, right? It's fairly low right now. If we take a look at the past, like, even quarter of this item, even the past, say, year, get more of a clean thing. For a long time, for, throughout the summer and stuff like that, it was like 70 million GP, and right now it's about 63 mil, still a bit higher than it was this time last year. So I don't know, it's a decent time to buy this item. You can definitely make a lot of money with it, and it's fairly low right now. Kind of the same thing with the Dragon Hunter crossbow. If you want to use range, from 55 mil to 48 million GP. This is the cheapest I have seen the Dragon Hunter crossbow in a very long time. Like, if you look at the past year, right, I remember back in the summer here, last, at the end of the summer, it was like 80 million GP, and I was just like, wow, because I think I got it maybe around when it was like 50, 60 mil, and it shot up to this much, but ever since September, it has basically been dropping, and it's the lowest amount that it has been in over a year. A very good time to pick up this item if you want to farm something like a Vorkath. Now, the Blood Moon armor is actually going down, which is crazy. This is just the tassets, but from 12.2 down to 10.1 million GP this month. Kind of crazy because for a while, if I could take a look at the past year of this item, it was sitting at like 4 million GP, It was very useful, but it didn't have as many uses that it does in the game now. A lot of people use it for different bosses in the game. A lot of people used it for the Royal Titans and stuff like that, of course. And yeah, it went up to like 16 million GP back in October, and it's about 10.4 million GP now. It's a very good item to get. I don't know if it's a good time per se to buy, but it's a lot lower than it was back in October. Now, this is the range gear, the Eclipse, that people have been using quite a bit recently, and it has some interesting mechanics on it where the strength bonus matters and stuff like that, so it's been used quite a bit, and yeah, a lot of people have been using it for lower level setups to do some high-end bossing. So yeah, back in like February, it was about 3 million GP, shot all the way up to almost 4 million, and it looks like it's been dropping ever since, but right now it's about 3 million GP too. Especially if you're a lower level, this is a great item to get on your account. Sitting at 3 mil, I mean, it's like the same price basically as like a blowpipe, right? Taking a look at Karam wands right here, as you can see, 562 to 628 in a month. Holy, you can make so much money with cooking now, even fishing, really, if you fish them, cook them yourself, like I've been doing on my Ironman. How are they this expensive, which is crazy? We take a look at the past year, they were higher in the past, actually, but I don't know if Jagex is doing something to eliminate the bots, because, down back in December here, they were 450, and now they're climbing again. Very good piece of food that is used a lot in PKing, a lot in PVM, so they're always kind of going out of the game. Yeah, and if we compare it to the raw version, look at this, man. You're literally doubling your money every time you successfully cook one. And I think you only need like 70,000 or something like that to get to 99 cooking. Definitely take advantage and do this now. You will literally double your bank. Say you're a lower level, have 10 million GP, invest it all into raw Karam wands. Cook that up, especially making sure you don't burn a lot of it too. But you will make money, even if you burn some of it for sure. I can't believe the price. So we've got the Noxious Halberd right here, which didn't see as many uses, but a lot of people were, say, using it at Royal Titans, right? So from 38 mil at the start of the month to 44, it's actually went up quite a bit, had a high of 50 mil just in this month. And as you can see, if we take a look at the past year, this item, like for the longest time, it was sitting at about 20 mil, even lows of 18, right? And it's kind of seeing a rise now that it's a little more useful in the game. That would have been crazy. Say in December, you bought like 3-4 of them, you would have made so much money. So let's take a look at the Twin Flame Staff, one of the newer items from the Royal Titans. And yeah, as you can see at the start of this month, it was almost 10 mil and it's down to 7.2 now. There's not as many uses for it in the game. It's more of a fun weapon than anything else and can be very good for lower levels before they maybe get some better magic equipment. I personally really like this item and I went and farmed it out on my Ironman. It took me like 500 plus kills to get it. But if we take a look, right, of course, when it was first kind of releasing, sitting at about 10 million GP, even had some highs of 11 mil. It's went down pretty much ever since then. I don't know, it's definitely a fun weapon and I think it will probably stay around the 6 to 7, 8 mil range for a while because it's definitely not useless. It can be very strong on certain Slayer tasks. It can be fun for PvP. I don't know, it has some niche uses around the game, that's for sure, and it's best in slot for actually killing the Royal Titans. So let's take a look at the Blood Shard prices from 14.7 mil down to 13. And if we look at the past year of this item, so this time last year it was 7.6 and it's almost 14. So it has doubled in price over a 1 year time period, which again shows me that Jagex is doing something about the botting problem because so many of these came in from bots, right? So, and it had a high of this year of 16 mil back in September too. Now this is an extremely useful item. I believe they did mention something about making it easier to get on Ironman accounts or something like that. I could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure. But I'm not sure if that would actually affect the price of the main ones in the game. Not too sure, right? But 14 million GP, you can make a lot of money thieving. So let's take a look at one of the newer potions in the game, the Goading Potion, 4 dose from 95.6 to 93k, went down a little bit this month. I always believe these will be at least 50k because they are extremely useful potions and they do take some considerable time to actually obtain on your account or to just get a lot of them in the game, right? We take a look at the past, I don't know, quarter of this item, right? Yeah, back here they were 80k. It's kind of crazy to see that they're higher now than they were back in December, right? Having some, they did drop quite a bit. I guess so many people were farming them, getting a lot of money. Another way you can make a ton of money with Herblore by doing the mixology mini game and just buying a ton of the ingredients for these as well. Yep, they had a high of almost 100k. They drop. It seems like with certain updates, I guess they go up a bit higher, or if people want to AFK more and stuff, dropped all the way down again. And it looks like they're back up to 100k. Maybe make some money while you can. Another item that seems to be on the decline is the Enhanced Crystal Weapon Seed, otherwise known as the Bofa, from 165 mil at the start of this month down to 136. That is a huge decrease in a month. That's where my bank value went. I was wondering why it dropped so much. I basically have 2 of these items, right? So yeah, we're down like 80 mil just from these 2 items. Crazy. How did that happen in a month? And if we check over the past quarter, right, it's been pretty stable for a while. This is the lowest that it has been in very long time, like pretty much almost the same as it was this time last year. As you can see, all the other items seem to be going up a lot, but this item not too much, from 123 to 145 at the, you know, right now, and had some very crazy highs this year. 170 mil just back in February. Wow. Now, people always ask me to check this item out, the Dragon Full Helm. It's like almost like an unofficial rare item in the game that like rich people tend to collect. It doesn't really do too much for you. It's almost just cosmetic, you know what I mean? From 81 down to 75, it's even dropped. I think this item actually was going up, if I do remember the last time I checked it. Yeah, like I think the last time I checked it was around here, right? Where it was 80 mil or so, 72 even. And it had a high in January of almost 90 mil, and it looks like it's back down 10 mil. So I don't know, this might not be the best item to invest. It kind of seems to go down really a lot and then go up. I don't know, maybe you can get it for a low value at like 70 mil or something, but yeah, it's kind of a weird item. Well, we've got the best in slot amulet in the game, the Amulet of Rancour, and from 95 mil down to 91. Looks like this item is dropping a little bit as well. Probably more of them coming into the game, you know what I mean? So a lot more people getting the level requirement to kill a Raxor, a lot more people farming the boss. And it looks like this is the first really big decline in a while. You know, this item's always been fairly stable, 90 mil, right? 90 mil, had a high of 95, 90, 95, had a high of about 100 just in March here, and it looks like it's dropping back down again. I would say a good price to maybe buy this item is if it ever goes back down to like 85, 86 million GP, which it might in the next little while, or, you know, just kill a Raxor and get one yourself. I still can't believe how expensive this amulet is, but yeah, it is best in slot. So we have the money printer. You can AFK gargoyles and kill them. Very AFK, one of the most AFK things in the game. And as you can see, granite malls were 1 million GP each. I think when a lot of people found this out, they sent their accounts there, because just in this month alone, from 1 mil down to 766k, which to be honest is still incredible, because sometimes you can get 2 in an hour. With all the other money there, you can easily make 1.5 to 2 million GP per hour completely AFK, which is literally like better than crafting blood runes. Yeah, kind of ridiculous, and get some good combat XP as well. But if we take a look at the past year, this is the highest granite malls are. This time last year, 140k all the way up to like they were 1 mil. A couple times they were about 1 million GP, but still getting 700, 800k per granite mall is ridiculous, especially because you also make a lot of other money, or a lot of other ways of getting money at gargoyles with all the alchemical drops and coins and stuff like that. Very, very good method. I don't know if this will really go down anytime soon, because lots of granite malls go out of the game with PvP. So we've got the Zombie Axe, which is a really good crush weapon for lower level accounts, from 1.6 mil down to 1.4. To me, it's still kind of crazy that it is that expensive, because it's fairly easy to get on a lower level account. I mean, even if you started the account you could probably get one within a week if you really tried, you know. But yeah, they're down quite a bit right now. I mean, more and more people are leveling up their accounts, more of them are coming into the game, you know what I mean? It's kind of just how it works, and we've got a lot of different crush style weapons in the game. So yeah, it's even back in January, it was about 2 mil, now down to 1.5. Who knows, this might continue to drop a lot. It might be also a good time if you are a lower level player to pick one up if you have the extra coins, because it's very low right now. Well, time to check the price of the mega rare items in the game. So we have the Twisted Bow from almost 1.6 bill down to 1.5, dropped about what, 70 mil, something like that this month. It's kind of crazy. I mean, there's less and less uses right now in the game for the Twisted Bow. A lot more people are choosing magic or melee to do bosses with, just the bosses that have been releasing lately. But I still think this is the most powerful weapon in the game, and I definitely want to get one day. And if we look at the past year of the Twisted Bow, this is the lowest it has been in a year. Even this time last year, 1.6 bill. Not a lot less, but still it's a lot lower. And you know, the highs even this year, 1.7, really not too much of a difference. Kind of weird to see this item almost stabilizing a bit, even dropping. And then we've got the magic version, the Atomic in Shadow, from 1.2 to 1.24, had a high of 1.3 billion GP this month. Again, I think this is one of the lowest points that this item has been. Even this time last year, almost 1.5 billion for it, and you know, 1.2 now, a little bit of a hike here, but pretty much ever since the summertime, it has been dropping. Again, less kind of uses for magic. It's been really melee focused this year. Yeah, so I guess people are putting their money into different things, but yeah, it's the cheapest that the Shadow's been in over a year. Now, as for the Scythe of Vitur, it's a completely different story. From 1.7 bill to 1.8, kind of had a high of almost 1.9 billion GP, I guess I should say, this month. And if we look at the past year, it's kind of a complete opposite thing. This is the highest that it has ever been. Again, there's a lot more content with melee coming into the game, and a lot more people are just choosing to use melee for certain bosses, right? It's a very, very strong weapon, and of course, with the announce of the new armor that we're going to be getting, the Scythe is going to be very, very good with that. So yeah, 1.1 bill all the way up to 1.8 bill, and it's been a continuous rise like this entire year, which is crazy to see. People were saying that it's going to hit max cash soon, which would be insane. Now, this is the Christmas Cracker, and they're still trading at 225k. Craziness to me, right? Back, they used to be used like last year for gambling, and then the Jagex made a change, and ever since then they dropped. They were like 2-3 million GP each, which is just nuts to think about, man. And then they dropped from 2.5 all the way down. They still had a little bit of a value for a while, like 400k, but there's not too much of a use for them anymore, just the people kind of collecting them. And of course, you know, when Christmas comes, lots more of them do come into the game. So yeah, I don't know, 250k, crazy to see that this time last year they were like 3 mil, but yep. So let's take a look at the old school bond. Again, this is an item that should realistically always be going up. So 13.6 to 14 mil GP in the month. And of course the year from 10 mil all the way to 14 million GP. When do you guys think bonds will hit 20 mil? Let me know down in the comments below if it'll be even next year. I mean, with some of the updates that they're pushing out, especially with sailing, it might reach 20 mil by even the end of this year, which would be crazy to even think about. Had a high of almost 16 mil back in December. Wow, crazy. I guess a lot of people may be off for holidays, stuff like that. But yeah, 14 million GP for a bond. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me. My bank will fluctuate from about 2.5 bill up to 2.6 bill, and it seems like I'm making a lot of progress, getting a lot more resources, and like farming all the time and stuff like that. But the bank value never really goes up any more than you know, than within 100 mil range. It's kind of really funny over the past year, really, and I've been trying to make a lot of significant progress. But yeah, that's just how the market is. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video today. If you want to see some different items in the next video, leave them down in the comments, and yeah, we'll add them into the next video. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch you in the next one. See ya later.